You can feel the regret in this picture. You can almost taste it. Seal gets surprised with a giant ice fish cake on his 31st birthday. This is very close to how I picture Lobo and Bear, but some days, why am Bear? Is there more than Bear? Right now we're hiring now. Mum, look, it's time to wake up. Me, it's no o'clock. Empath for inanimate objects. This is literally an animal. First name, Michelle. Cannot contain bad word. Hell, are you joking me? Have you ever wondered what would happen if you lit a whole pack of birthday candles at once? Because I did. That's the most metal looking cupcake ever. You wouldn't steal a movie advert. May have led more people to stealing movies. Congrats, piracy. Want to get out of having to do your homework? Try chopping both of your arms off. In class the next day when the teacher asks you why you didn't do your homework, simply say, I don't have any arms. Enemy of the dog spotting community. Disrespectful. I've never seen this kind of dog before. Disrespectful. Michael, this isn't a place for jokes. Dog spotting is a serious lifestyle, Michael. I expected better from you. Michael's one of the few people on Facebook who have a sense of humor, sadly. You done it. Congrats. Yike. Just don't do that. Yike. Just don't do that. The first rule of hiking is to stay on the trail unless you spot a smaller, cooler looking trail. I'm lost. What do you call a message sent by a girl? What? A female. I got 7 messages saying this joke is offensive and that I'm the reason feminism exists. Why is your nose in the middle of your face? Because it's the center. If you see rats, you need not to be afraid. Please inform us. We will overcome. We are heroes. They are zeros. This is a rat warning in Hong Kong. This is so mean though. What did those rats ever do except their best? I am appalled. If chickens were big enough to eat us, do you think they would? Without question, without remorse, without hesitation. I would doubt if I was a chicken, I would eat humans. Payback for all my brothers. Peekaboo is essentially just making fun of babies for not understanding object permanence. I've made fun of babies for less. When I was in hospital, they gave me a big bracelet that said, allergy. But like, I'm allergic to bees. Were they going to prescribe me bees in there? I think so. Purged. We should all be in fear of anyone strong enough to balance and literally support themselves like this, on heels. Pitch. Who wants to be a millionaire? But the contestants are billionaires, so it's more of a threat. Every question they get wrong, they lose more money. From their current savings to 1 million. The questions are all things ordinary people should know. I'm really into internet discourse, but only pointless and stupid internet discourse. Like, how many holes are there in a straw? It's 2. It's 1. No, it's an infinite amount of holes stacked on top of each other. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Government Secret 30. The core of the Earth is a large magnet, and our bones are made of metal. That's why we don't fall off the planet. Don't tell anyone I told you this. Does more, costs less. It's that simple. A very old button. That philosophy sure as hell went up and died out the window. Now it costs more and does less. A cloud fell. Snow? 2 happy owlets. And they're covered in snow, so they're moist owlets. Wait, are there really new people joining this site? Hey, if you're new here, welcome. Take some gum. Today I learned 13.8% of cigarette smokers do not consider cigarette butts to be litter. Brain rot. When I used to smoke, I always ate the butts. Thank you for saving our planet. What if after you die, you get stats like words said total, 21 million. Push-ups done, 1.3. Hours spent crying, 1.3 push-ups. My friends are all changing their names to mine on Facebook, and our other friends are terrified. What is happening? There is no happening. There is only Julian. Join us. Can't stop thinking about what happens to salmon when they get in the mood. Alright, I'll buy it. What happens when they get in the mood? They literally transform into a new, unbelievably messed up creature. They evolve. Thinking about my mum's YouTube playlists. Glam, gore galore, craft time, silly mood. All human emotions can be categorized into these 4 things. When will my reflection show who I am inside? In my 10-year-old brother's class, they were asked for a modern invention you can't live without. And my brother told me everyone said TV, except for him, who said water filtration. Yeah, I think TV is a normal response if you're 10 years old, not water filtration. The older I get, the more dog I become. Obsessed with being given affection and being told I'm doing a good job. Losing my damn mind every time I get to go for a nice walk. Terrified of the doorbell. Feeling bad. I'm gonna go on Pet Finder and find the most bizarre cat names possible. We'll report back with any notable ones. Notable entries. Celery Prince. Blue Dabba D. Drake looks like he knows you did bad on your report card, but he still let you play in the basketball game because he's a supportive single dad. And he's got inner turmoil because he knows you need to be studying. Kansas City Fire Department saves Kansas City Police Department from elevator. They're not going to hear the end of this. I'm so tired I could eat a horse. I identify as a horse and this offends me. I identify as offends and this horses me. I offend horses. Identify me. I think the main question here is, why would you eat a horse if you were tired? I meant to bathe our kitten, not summon a demon from hell. I can't believe these are the same species, let alone the same cat. What happened to its eyes? Masked baby on plane from memory. I hate how other planets are so far away. Like, come here. Do you suffer from any of the following? Head, eyes, mouth, teeth, blah blah blah. Yes, all. Hope everyone is well today. And tomorrow, after that, you're on your own. Being distracted from sadness doesn't count as happiness. Too bad I have lust and I will sin. Guys, I just had a Minecraft cave noise in real life. Change your settings to peaceful. It'll be okay. Okay, hold on. Where are my parents? People who don't cook their cereal don't realize what they're missing out on. The heat of the flame really brings out the sweetness of the marshmallows. Hey man, I'm coming to your home to beat you in the face. Warning, graphic doing the deed, swearing, French. Oh god, not French. Anything but the French. Bonjour. I want a shirt that has a QR code on it for some kind of horrible malware, so that if anyone ever tries to film me in public, their phones will automatically scan the code and be reduced to a functionless brick. Modern day Medusa. Me and the homies having good dental hygiene with the 9-inch nails toothbrush. I want to brush you like enamel. What should I get at IHOP? Pancake combo. Sucked dry. Killed. Alright. Come on, child safety lid. You know it's me. What does this tag mean? Hashtag Richard Nixon. Richard Nixon once called in staff to help him open an allergy pill bottle. It was the child-proof type of bottle with instructions saying, press down while turning. The cap had teeth marks on it where Nixon had apparently tried to gnaw it open. My dad just saw my report card and started yelling at me because there was an F on it. But it actually was F for female, as in gender. Are you a boy or a girl? I'm a failure. Once I was 4 years old, I went on Meverse and someone had posted, what's your favorite snack? And I answered, grapes. And my dad found out and he told me it was a stranger asking that to lure me into his car with grapes. If they like raisins, they're definitely trying to kidnap you. How did you hear about us? Monster, newspaper, other. Me, sobbing in the woods. The eldritch horror that's been watching me from behind a tree. Red Lobster's hiring. Me, turns around. Oh, for real? Gonna be on 12 hours duty at the hospital for the first time tonight. Wish me luck. Kill it, King. The idea is doing the opposite, but thanks. My stomach growled super loud in French. I would like to clarify my stomach did not speak French. It growled in French class. I apologize. Le growls. Home. Fuck me up. Un petit imbécile! Why did we ever stop wearing 18th century clothing? To wear 19th century clothing, you Georgian rake? The vampires are fighting. Me, doing my homework. That's probably wrong, but it's graded on completion, so I don't give a damn. Cold butter. You can't defeat me. My toast. I know, but he can. Microwaving the knife. I think it's funny how the last panel is a pretty good representation of what would happen. You're right, they should have made a joke about that. How do you compare to an eel? You, eel. The aquarium said you are nothing compared to an eel. Anyone, hey, asks about a special interest of mine. Me, becomes an unskippable cutscene. Oh good, I get to explain this to you. You will regret this. This section may contain an excessive amount of intricate detail that may interest only a particular audience. 2 universal constants of high fantasy living. If something falls into ruin, a necromancer will move it 100% of the time. There is a critical mass of gold that will summon a dragon. If you keep accurate records and stay below it, you'll be fine. On one hand, extremely funny to get told get help by a fortune cookie. On the other hand, I can't believe BetterHelp has breached influencers and podcasters and started getting fortune cookies to shill for them. If I opened a fortune cookie and there was an advertisement inside, I think I would become the Joker. If a puppy falls asleep on you, you're not allowed to move. It's illegal. Can Richard Funk? Well, can he? I think so. I had a sign in my room that says laugh, but the L and A fell off, and now it only says ugh. That's just perfect. Ugh. In this world, it's milk or be milked. It's really not. What happened when the guy shoplifted the calendar? He got 12 months. Crime isn't a joke. Don't care if you're 7. There's no way I'm letting you win an Easter egg hunt. Welcome to the real world. What they say, there is a skeleton inside you. The truth? You are inside your skeleton. You are a brain. What? Holy hell, what? Octopuses can fit through any gap larger than their beak. What a beautiful octopus. Try a tasty cookie warmed in Owen. No thank you, Owen. My dad gave me a USB with hundreds of pictures he had taken since the 70s. They're This picture of the snuggle bear playing Uno is undoubtedly the best picture he has taken. This picture feels like I'm playing for my life. You lose, you die. Do you have any advice for a 10-year-old? Get off the internet and eat as much dirt as you can before it becomes socially unacceptable. Compliment me. Barbecue sauce. Thanks. Why do people watch popcorn while eating a movie? I mean, it's the noisiest food. Be right back, eating some movies while watching popcorn. Do you ever look back at your mistakes? Welcome to my office. This might be the first time I've seen a meme on this site and thought, I should send this to my dad. Play with bleach products, windows closed, no gloves 10 hours every day. On it, boss. Ambulance. When people put trigger warning on their content without specifying what the trigger warning is for. This game contains scenes. My girlfriend's cat, Potato. The SPCA said her fur was really matted when they got her. The day she was brought home and 6 months later, from French fry to tater tot. It's not rude to interrupt someone to point out a dog. It's actually more polite because then they don't miss out on a dog. It's time. It's not time, it's March. Okay, as of recording this video, it's September. Let's bring back 1337 speak. Aye, Squire indeed. Why do I even try? I thought you meant the year. My lord, the peasants are revolting. We must sail forth against them. Onwards. Hey man, I got the perfect book for you. Someday you will be smart, with super sturdy pages for your idiot hands. This book underestimates my stupidity. There's a twin birthday party in September for two girls named Emily and Elene. I'm at event training. Birthday party. This is why you don't let horses name your children. My university has these toilets and they're honestly ridiculous. What is your gender? Top hats. Walks up to these toilets in a bowler hat and red lipstick. Panics. An action being punishable by a fine. Basically means legal for rich people. Oh wow, that's true. I once dated a rich guy, and if I said, hey, it's illegal to drink on the street, he'd respond with, nah, it just costs £150. Or, you can't park here. Nah, it costs £35. Like, literally, that's how he saw fines. It was just how much you paid to do the thing. Apple rumored console could battle PlayStation 5 for Xbox Series X. For just $10,000, you, too, can own a VCR from 1995. Gets a game over and throws the controller, and it circles around and hits me in the head, and I die, and my family sues Apple for millions. A little girl who grows up thinking all doors are automatic, but actually she's haunted by a really polite ghost. So chivalry is dead. A person from 150 years ago would be terrified by modern stuff. However, a duck from 150 years ago would be like, still got lakes? Yes? Okay, cool. Bird's bees dash button. At the press of a button, Bert will send you his bees. Now delivering Red Robin Burger Heaven awaits Bert. I don't know what Red Robin is, but I think it might be a death cult. Burger Heaven awaits. Me. Dismounts horse so I can grab a pumpkin. Horse. Already halfway across the world in a ditch. Is this Minecraft, Skyrim, Legend of Zelda, or real horses? Yeah. Just had a dream that I drank 40 liters of vodka, entered a horse race and won. I should specify that I entered not as a jockey, but as a horse. Were you physically a horse, or were you a human entering as a horse? Did you have a jockey? I was a human entering as a horse. No jockey. Just me running like the wind. I love striped hyenas, because look at this punk little guy. It looks like a chihuahua with a mohawk. I was going to write something snarky here in reply, but you're completely right. I've never noticed that. No photos, just buy the cheese. The fact that we're seeing this means that someone broke the sacred rule. They're actually being chased by a bunch of cheesemongers.
I am the cheesemonger. Don't post the photo.
Behind the Funyuns, ultimate factories. Something horrible has happened to Sonic. The process of making Funyuns is just punching Sonic over and over. Well, he did steal all those rings, so I just traded my neighbor a jar of raw honey for his parakeet's corpse. It's also worth noting that the reason I have so much raw honey is because I made a dress for a beekeeper's daughter, and that I need the parakeet bones to make a necklace for the woman who fixed my antique cello, and that I got the cello as a payment for juggling at a child's birthday party. When did my life get this weird? Your life is a side quest. Please stop making YouTube videos. This water is vegan. Spits it out. Bring me some meat water, you punk clown. So I run frantically into Kruger to get ketchup before my McNuggets get cold, and as I stand at the self-checkout with only a jumbo bottle of Heinz ketchup, everyone starts laughing at me like, what? Then I remember I'm wearing this shirt. I put ketchup on my ketchup. Why was I unaware of the fact that disgruntled is, in fact, the opposite of gruntled? Pleased, satisfied, and contented. Why does nobody use this word? I'm so gruntled to have found this out. I accidentally made eye contact with a mall booth salesperson and barely escaped a 25-minute long skincare demonstration where she tried to trap me in a sale. No less than 4 times. Rules of engagement for mall kiosk owners and Pokemon trainers are exactly the same. Alert, alert in the car with a cute pup. I know I'm pretty. Sorry I called you kidnappable earlier. Let's take a drive and talk this through, okay? Bought some fruit for potluck. A dark, foreboding feeling overtakes you. You know this face, even in its absence. Dr. Baby Daisy. Who is giving out these PhDs? Dr. Baby Daisy didn't go through 7 years of studying for you to smack talk her. She literally didn't go through 7 years on Earth. My sense of humor is broken. I saw this in a geology presentation and started laughing. Deranged. Die girlies reading this. Oh, I meant in a German accent. I did not mean to wish death upon girlies. The girlies reading this post. Literally the only way DJs lose fans is by saying dumb stuff. How do you think Daft Punk has been famous for 24 years? They don't talk. He makes a serious point. Wakes up at a reasonable hour. Stays in bed for 2 or more hours. Goes to bed at a reasonable hour. Stays awake for 2 more hours. Both. Soup is now what bacon and pizza were in the 2010s. Frogs are the new owls. Mushrooms are the new succulents. Bog era. Concept. A fantasy cowboy who rides a dragon instead of a horse. Dragon riders are actually just fantasy cowboys. You heard it here first. How do you train your dragon? This photo makes me feel sick. Like someone traveled to an alternate dimension and brought back something that shouldn't exist. I am the official gatekeeper of names. Stand before me and I will assign you a new name. Approved by me. Go on then, Ted. Yoke. Pronounced Stephen. Your god is as good as gone. You have to imagine someone in the manufacturing and distribution process noticed this before it got to store shelves and someone had to make the call. Screw it, we're not redoing it. Today I learned that the most common national holiday around the world is independence from the British. How are you responsible for 65 Independence Days? And think there's nothing wrong with your country? Hey, shut up. 5A, period. I don't like tea. In a Twitter post, English Grandmaster Nigel Short described the opening, The Bong Cloud Attack, as an insult to chess. That is an insult. I feel insulted. As a chess grandmaster, I am insulted. When it takes you a while to process what someone is saying, and you realize they asked you a question. Oh, I can't believe I'm drunk past midnight, and Tumblr is throwing saturated fatty acid jokes at me. The mummy maker lifelike baby costume for dogs. Mother, I must feed. Mother, why do you cry? A conversation I had with a 96-year-old woman. You know how your parents probably say things like, you were born with the internet, you don't know what it's like to live without me, yeah? Well, my parents said that to me about electricity, and I'm gonna say that to my kids about us not having flying cars. Forever thinking of the time I just wanted to know how long I could go without sleeping, and Google autofilled it to in Minecraft, without me realizing. You can imagine my shock and horror until I read the website title. Not sleeping for more than 3 days will result in the spawning of phantoms at night. Phantoms are airborne hellspawn that exist solely to ruin your life. Historical padlocks are just great. The town crier finds me sleeping on my doorstep because drunk me last night couldn't open the lock on my door and announces my buffoonery to the whole square. Did Tony get Elden Ring? No, he's scared of it. Why is he scared of it? The monsters. Choosing to read this is if I were eavesdropping on Italian mobsters. Today I learned human babies are 80% water at birth, a slightly higher water content than bananas and slightly less than fresh potatoes. Once again shown up by the power and dignity of the root vegetable. Morally grey/evil scientist characters are always like biochemical engineers or nuclear physicists or whatever, but the people want variety. Give me a story about a messed up geologist for once. Not taking any of Crayola's stuff today. I think this is my first post to break 100. Clearly many of us have issues. Being a crow sounds like such a fun existence. It's like, wake up, eat some garbage, find a rabbit to mess with because you just hate rabbits so much. Get to the top of a very tall tree and scream for at least 2 hours so that people know you are a crow. Join your 3 crow friends in someone's backyard and just hop around like a goofball. Yo, some more? Okay, that was good enough. Go to sleep. Repeat. An ancient Greek walks into his tailor's shop with a pair of tom pants. Euripides, says the tailor. Yeah, Eumenides, replies the man. I don't speak Greek. My grandma has this 115-year-old picture book, and apparently in 1907 they would just let you publish anything. How to tell the birds from flowers. They were doing anything to make money back then. Pizza and pre-plan. Enjoy free pizza on us as we discuss how pre-planning your funeral helps ease the emotional and financial burden for you and your family. Obsessed. I'm at the Pizza Hut, I'm at the mortuary. I'm at the combination Pizza Hut mort. What if Greg Heffley had the death note? He would open a phone book and just start writing. What if Fregley had the death? How can everyone in fantasy movies always be so shocked when they see a dragon? Look around, babe. You're an elf. You live in a realm. I mean, I live in a world with elephants. Doesn't mean I'm prepared to encounter one except under very specific circumstances. This is honestly one of my favorite historical pictures because of the 3 dudes that are just losing it in the front. A good sax solo be like that. Country gnomes take my bones to a place that don't belong. See, stuff like this is is the reason it's so hard to turn my back on this website. Where else, pray tell, are you going to find this kind of quality nonsense? Where's Virginia? Gender, isn't that a spice? Nah, you're thinking about ginger. Gender is a kind of Pokemon. Ah, that's Gengar. Gender is a dating app for men. No, that's Grindr. Gender is the name for a male goose. I don't know, that sounds kind of true. Is gender the name for a male goose? Name of a male goose. It's a gander. Oh, that's why it looked familiar.
Gander.
About 95% done. Just need to add water, fish, and the flag on the small castle. I hope the fishes are called Mario, Luigi, and everything in Nintendo. My toaster caught on fire yesterday, and when I realized it, there was a flame about 2 feet high, almost touching my cabinets. So I panicked and picked it up so it wouldn't catch my cabinets on fire, but then I was just standing on my kitchen holding a flaming toaster. And my dad saw me and didn't say anything, and he didn't know what to do, so I ran outside with it and threw it at the ground, but it was on fire, so I picked it up and threw it again and again, until it went out, but then my grass was on fire, so I beat it with a shovel until that went out too. Then I came back inside, and my dad was just like, "What you cooking, Bob?" Goblin trick for improving mood. Get some small rocks in your hands. Close your hands together around all the small rocks. Shake. Rocks will bounce on your hands and on other rocks. There will be noises. They will be good noises. Profit. This is true. Goblin Tumblr. That one quote about airports witnessing more sincere kisses than wedding halls because love is felt more when it's leaving. This one right here. Airports see more sincere kisses than wedding halls, and the walls of hospitals have heard more prayers than the walls of churches because love is felt most when it's leaving. I'm stealing this quote. Thank you.